Hey everybody, welcome to Guitar Pass. We are going to do a classic Van Morrison song, Brown Eyed Girl. And I was going to do this just kind of strumming and maybe do the intro and strum and, you know, someone could sing to it and all that and just be an easy campfire song. But kind of looking into it, there's all these cool little licks and the bass part and a few new chords, bar chords. So we're going to kind of hit it all. It's a great easy song for beginners, and you will be able to get out of this like just the basic chords and stuff, but there's a lot of neat stuff in here. It's basically there's like rhythm, and then there's a person doing all the fancy guitar stuff. And I put an arrangement together where I'm going to try to do one guitar arrangement, but mix in that fancy stuff a little bit and kind of decorate the chords a little bit. And it's not too hard, but also add some of those licks that are in the song, and you'll hear it. So let's get to it. All right, the first thing we want to do is the intro, right? The classic intro. This is in the key of G. Now this is where, this is one of those things where you're like, man, I should get a cutaway guitar because it's going to be a lot easier. So it's going to be a little tricky here, but we're going to do it. You can do it. It's just a little bit of a reach on one of them, but if you have a cutaway, that'll be nice for you. So we're going to take our first finger and bar the 12th fret, the double dots here. We're going to bar strings 4, 3, and 2. That's a little G chord right there, right? And then you're going to go here on the 13th fret and do this little pattern on 14th fret here, 2nd and 3rd string. And then you're going to bring that shape a whole step, meaning 2 frets respectively. Boom, boom. Right? So that's what we're going to do. Let's do the move. But I might do these 2 fingers, the 2nd and 3rd fingers, because we don't have a cutaway here, and maybe it'll help reach a little bit. So either one works for you. But that's it, right? We're just hitting 3 and 2. Even though I'm kind of barring all 3 strings here, you can hit all of them if you want, but really the lick is 3 and 2. And then we're going to go right here on the 12th fret, 1st string, 2nd string. Right? Boom. And then right there, 13th fret, 15. Bring that whole thing over a whole step. A little tricky here, but... So we have... Hello. Then we're going to do this. It's a D. We're going to go... Right, D triad. We're going to do that shape, but I'm going to do a hybrid picking now. I'm going to have my pick on the 4th string, and I'm going to take my middle finger, and I'm going to pinch 4 and 2 while holding this shape. And then I'm going to hit on the 3rd string, then pinky on the 3rd string on the 12th fret, and then 2nd string. So real quick, we're going to do this. Pinch. Right, pinch. 4 and 2, 3rd string, pinky on the 3rd string, and then 2nd string, holding that shape. Right, so we got, see if I can do this. It's a little, I practiced on a cutaway at home, so this is a little tricky. But it can be done. And we're going to do it again. And there's the intro. All right, so that's going to lead us into this verse part, real big verse part. We're going to break it up in 2. Basically, we're going to do a G chord, a C chord, but I'm going to put the pinky on the 1st string to give it a little more decorative thing. Back to G, and you can do this G or this G. I'm going to do this G. The fingering. G, C, G again, and then D7. Right, so we're going to do that G, C, G, D7 4 times in a row. This is the rhythm. Down, down, up, down, up. That's one time. 2 times. Da, 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 da. 3 times, and then we'll do a 4th. So after the 4th, we're going to do a C chord, and we're going to kind of just pick it. You could look up tab for exact picking, but I just want to, we just want to pick up the guitar and play and have fun and not look at books and stuff. So you can just pick anything in here. Just kind of pick it, right? Free picking. D7. Now here we're going to go ba, ba, ba. So G. So all on the first string. So I got G. I might, since my pinky's right here in this, whatever finger's on this first string that you do a G chord, go to that, open, and kind of pick an E minor. So this, I'm doing C, and then here, on the second string, and then first string, open, something like that. It doesn't have to be exact, you could just do this. But I like going. So I'm just going to do that little part. There's a lot going on there. You could just strum these chords too. C, D7, G, E minor. But pick it with the uppity thing there. G, pick it. G. Ooh, a little fancy thing right there, right? Let me just play right up to that part and I'll tell you that fancy thing. So we do the G, C, G, D7 4 times, and then there we go. And we're off to another verse. So that last thing there we did is a little lick that we do instead of a D7. So a buddy of yours that's playing can still play the D7, but we're going to do this. We're going to do that hybrid picking too, where we're picking it. We're using our pick and our middle finger. So that guy is on the 10th fret, first string, and then we have this one right here, right? You could probably see it on the 3rd string. So I'm just going to do the moves we have, and then we'll talk about the picking, but I am going to pinch these with the pick and the middle finger. Then bring this over here so your first finger is on the 8th fret. Then keep this finger down, lift that one up and bring it to the next dot, the 7th fret. And bring this guy right here on the first string. And then bring that whole shape over to the 5th fret. So, right, get that down, and then how we're going to get into that first shape here is I'm going to start maybe right here. That'll be a good place to start. On the 3rd string, slide it, and then hit that. It's got a nice effect. Right, so we do the G, C, G, D7 4 times, and then we go to C picking, free picking. And also, ba, 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 I might strum this. So, sorry. Picking. And then we're off to the next verse. Da, 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 da. So, one real quick thing, when you do that, there's all these little things to remember, and I'm trying to throw them all in. It's almost too much, but that little D lick, you can kind of do, when you listen to the song, when you do the 4 times, right when you start the verse, you go G, wherever we go, the day where the rain came. That first D7, that first round of those 4 in a row, you can actually do that lick. You'll hear it in the recording. Wherever we go, the day when the king, excuse me. Wherever we go, the day where the rain, out in the hollow. So you can fit that in any time when you do a D, but on the recording, he does it on the first round of the first verse. He'll do that first G, C, G, D7, do that lick for the D7. Anyway, sorry, there's a lot to remember here. But so then now we're going to do the second verse, and it's all the same as that first one. I'm going to play all this at the end so you can kind of hear it all together. But the one thing I want to talk about maybe during this this second verse part is the fancy guitar player is doing some cool licks. So I'm going to just show you a couple of those real quick. You're going to do 4 G, C, G, D7s, and then do all that fancy picking kind of stuff. So when you're doing that G, C, G, D7, instead of strumming G, you could do, again, these little hybrid picking, this shape here that we did for D. Put it here on the first finger for the 3rd fret. So you're on 1st string, and then right here on the 3rd string. It's kind of almost superimposed over that. It's a G. And then, so dun 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 dun. It's almost like the intro. And then right here, if you do it on the 8th fret, that's kind of like a C. So, right, so that's G, C, G, and now let's do our D lick. So someone could be doing that while so that's pretty cool. You can kind of throw that in there, and that's just a fun thing. Now, so you're going to do the second verse. You're doing that G, C, G, D, 7 4 times, and we're going into that picking. The C is normal, D7 is normal, and normally when we do our, there's a little, another little variation you could do that they do in the second verse. You'll hear it's again these little double stop things, these hybrid picking. So. That leads into the E minor. So I'm doing, so right here, the same thing where we go, right, that little move, we're doing it right here. So this is the full lick, or excuse me. Right? So we're just kind of substituting instead of this. You can almost see ba 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 da 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 da. G, and now we're going to do, last time we did the little D lick, we're going to do a C shape. Here's a C chord, and if we did a pinky on the 3rd string, that'd be a C7. So move that a fret, it's C sharp 7. Move that another fret, there's D7 right here. We're going to do this D7 shape. This is a really cool bluesy D7, right? So we got, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We used to say, sha la 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 ti da. We're gonna do this twice. What that is an E-shaped bar chord. Right here at the root 3rd fret, we're doing G. And then we're doing this bar chord, root 5, bar, and then 4, 3, 2. That's C. And then we're doing that D7 chord that we talked about earlier that led us into this. So G, C, G, D7. We'll do it again. Down, down, up, down. La, ti, da, and then there's a lick there that will lead us into the bass part. So now this is bar chords. It's kind of neat because it gives a little bit different tone to it, and you can get a little funky with it. And something different, but you can also do G. Obviously, you can do this too. So anyway, but on that part, let's do the bar chords. And then, so you do those bar chords 2 times. And then there is this lick that leads us to the bass part. And it's pretty cool. It's, you're gonna, hello. So again, pretty crazy stuff, but it sounds fancy, but really we'll break it down. It's not that bad. So again, it's the same stuff. We're kind of, you can hear him go, it's almost like he wants to do this, you know, that G, but he's really just hitting this one, the 4th fret, without that guy. So, and then you're gonna go do a, kind of like what we did here in the intro, but we're doing it here, it's a G. And we're gonna we're gonna pinch that 4 and 2 and bring that pinky on the 2nd string. And then lift it up again. And then pinky on the sus there on the 3rd string, and then lift it. So this is a little tricky. We're gonna go pinch 4 and 2, 3rd string, pinching 4 and 3 now, and then lift up, pinch 4 and 3. Pretty cool. So you have, so again, that's after la 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 ti da. La 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 ti da, la ti da. So that's, now we're into the bass part. So I'm doing a G chord, I'm hitting this string here and go, right? When I lift pressure up, that makes that, right? And then you're back to it. So what is that? So we got boom. 5th string, 4th string, open G on the 3rd string. So you have kind of hammering on there, hammer on there, hammer on here, open 4, and then you're back to the last verse. So so hard to find my way, you know, and then you're doing, and I want my You know, you're going to do the whole verse again. That's 4 times of the G, C, G, D7, and then the picking thing right to the last chorus. Real quick, another, again, more licks for the other guitar to play during the verses. You know, I can go right here and then open on that 3 and 2. Maybe I'll start open. That's G. It's actually mimicking this. That's just an octave higher. And we can even mimic this for C. You know, I can do, you're just pressing on that second string and hitting 2 and 1. And then this guy right here on first string, second string. So I got G, C, G, D. You know, you're doing. So you can kind of, that's actually an alternate way of doing the intro, but you can use those as licks while you're doing the G, just like you would do. If you want to just mix it up. So just another cool thing to throw in there. Kind of adding a lot more licks than we thought here. And then, so you're going to do that whole verse again, the whole normal verse part, right into, you know, back to this C shape, this D7 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Say la 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 la. Right, we're back at this. And really you just do it like 4 times. It fades out. So we're kind of just doubling it up. You know, the recording fades out, but we'll just right? And just end it on a G. Again, if that bar chord stuff is getting a little hurting or you want to switch up the sound of it, do that for G. This for C. And then do the same D7, but keep that, you're right here, keep that finger down and just do that. Tighten up the strumming just to 4, 3, 2. And open it up there. If you don't want to do the bar chords, or if another buddy wants to do something that sounds different. So there's a song. I might just play through this because I know that was a lot. So I'm just going to play through this and so you can hear the whole thing all together. There we go. This will be the third time. And fourth time. Fourth time, trying to sneak those licks in. Here's the fourth time. All right, there's a lot in there. Keep it simple, but add those licks in and have a little bit of fun. There's a lot of stuff for two guitars in there, but see if you can make your own little solo arrangement with that or use all these ideas for that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and subscribe if you enjoy the lesson, and we'll have more coming your way. And thank you, and check out guitarpass.com as well. Thanks.